Welcome to the Apple Daily News. This podcast is created by Generative AI. Today is July 31st, 2024, and we have a lot of exciting updates from the world of Apple technology. Links to all stories can be found in the episode notes. Apple has introduced foundation language models to enhance its Apple Intelligence features, integrated into iOS 18, iPadOS 18, and macOS Sequoia. These models include a compact 3 billion parameter version optimized for on-device performance, and a larger server-based model for private cloud compute. They are designed to execute various tasks efficiently and responsibly, focusing on user experience. The technical report details the model architecture, training data, optimization for inference, and evaluation results, emphasizing Apple's commitment to responsible AI. These foundation models are tailored for tasks such as text writing and refinement, notification summarization, image creation for social interactions, and facilitating in-app actions to streamline user interactions. Apple unveiled these models during the 2024 Worldwide Developers Conference, showcasing their adaptability to users' current activities. Earlier in the year, Apple also hosted a natural language understanding workshop, fostering collaboration between Apple and the academic community to discuss advancements in the field. Apple has opted to use Google's Tensor Processing Units, TPUs, for training its generative AI models, marking a significant departure from the more commonly used NVIDIA hardware. This decision is detailed in a research paper titled Apple Intelligence Foundation Language Models, which outlines the architecture and training processes of Apple's AI systems. The company trained its server-side AI model, AFM server, on 8,192 TPU v4 chips, and its on-device model, AFM on-device, on 2,048 TPU v5 processors. This choice comes amid ongoing tensions between Apple and NVIDIA. Interestingly, Apple did not turn to AMD's Radeon GPUs, which have previously been used in its Mac devices, instead favoring Google's TPUs. Despite recent criticisms of Google regarding user privacy, Apple appears to have a strong partnership with the tech giant in terms of hardware. The research claims that Apple's models often outperform those from competitors like Meta and OpenAI, although they did not consistently rank first in all evaluations. Apple's AFM on-device model reportedly has nearly 3 billion parameters and is optimized for efficiency, while the AFM server model's specifications remain less detailed. The paper emphasizes that human evaluations of the model's outputs are more aligned with user experience than traditional benchmarks. However, the results showed that while Apple's models performed well, they did not always lead the pack against larger models from competitors. Overall, this shift highlights Apple's strategic move away from NVIDIA and its growing reliance on Google's AI infrastructure. Tim Sweeney, CEO of Epic Games, has criticized Apple's Find My service, labeling it as super creepy surveillance tech that should not exist. His comments stem from a personal experience where a stolen Mac laptop was tracked to the thief's home years later using the Find My feature. Sweeney expressed concern that tracking a device inherently involves tracking the person in possession of it, which he believes infringes on privacy rights. He argues that the recovery of lost or stolen devices should be handled through legal processes rather than through personal tracking methods. Following his realization of how Find My operates, Sweeney disabled the feature on all his devices. While Find My is designed to help users locate lost or stolen devices, Sweeney's perspective highlights a growing concern about privacy in technology. Despite his criticisms, Find My and Apple's activation lock have been effective in reducing theft rates of Apple devices. The debate over privacy versus security continues, especially as technology evolves. Sweeney's comments have sparked discussions among users about the implications of such tracking technologies. Apple has confirmed that its artificial intelligence models, which form the basis of its new AI system called Apple Intelligence, were trained using Google's custom Tensor Processing Units, TPUs. This decision highlights a shift among major tech companies seeking alternatives to NVIDIA's GPUs, which have been in high demand and difficult to obtain. The details of this training were outlined in a technical paper released by Apple, which also introduced a preview version of Apple Intelligence for select devices. While Apple did not specify whether it utilized the latest Trillium TPUs for this training, It did mention that its models were trained on cloud TPU clusters, indicating that Apple rented server resources from a cloud provider for the computations. The paper emphasizes the efficiency and scalability of training its Apple Foundation model, AFM, and AFM server. Despite not naming Google or NVIDIA directly, the paper marks Apple's ongoing development in AI, following a previous technical paper released in June that also acknowledged the use of TPUs. The competitive landscape in AI infrastructure is intensifying, with leaders like Meta and Alphabet expressing concerns about overinvestment in AI technologies. Overall, Apple's move to leverage Google's TPUs reflects a broader trend in the tech industry as companies navigate the challenges of AI model training and infrastructure demands. Apple has recently released the beta versions of iOS 18.1, iPadOS 18.1, and macOS Sequoia 15.1, which introduce early features of Apple Intelligence, a new AI initiative. This update includes various writing tools that assist users in proofreading, rewriting text, and summarizing content across the operating system. Siri has been redesigned, now featuring a glowing edge when active, and a Type to Siri option, allowing users to interact without voice commands. Additionally, Siri can maintain context during conversations and provide device-related support. Other features include the ability to record, transcribe, and summarize phone calls, as well as smart replies for mail and messages. The Photos app introduces a memory maker feature, and a new Reduce Interruptions focus mode intelligently filters notifications. While many features are currently available, others, such as Image Playground and ChatGPT integration, are expected to roll out in 2024 and 2025. Currently, Apple Intelligence is limited to developers, with a broader release planned for all users later this fall. Users will need compatible devices, such as the iPhone 15 Pro or Apple Silicon Macs, to access these features. Apple is actively refining the technology and addressing bugs before the public release. Synchron has announced the first successful use of the Apple Vision Pro in conjunction with its brain-computer interface, BCI technology. A 64-year-old patient with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, became the first individual to control the Vision Pro using only his thoughts, allowing him to play games, watch videos, and send messages without the need for hand gestures or voice commands. This breakthrough is significant for individuals with paralysis, as the Vision Pro typically requires hand gestures for navigation. The BCI system, developed by Synchron, is implanted via a minimally invasive procedure and is designed to detect and wirelessly transmit motor intent from the brain, enabling users to control digital devices hands-free. Tom Oxley, CEO of Synchron, emphasized that this technology addresses a critical need for millions of people with mobility impairments, allowing them to engage with modern consumer technology. The patient expressed excitement about the experience, describing it as transformative and impactful, likening it to watching a movie in a theater. The integration of Synchron's BCI with the Apple Vision Pro represents a significant advancement in neurotechnology, aiming to restore autonomy and functionality to those with severe motor impairments. Synchron continues to focus on patient-first innovations in the field of neuroprosthetics. Apple has revealed that its new Apple Intelligence features were developed using Google's Tensor Processing Units, TPUs, instead of NVIDIA's GPUs, a decision highlighted in an official research paper. The paper details the use of Google's TPU v4 and TPU v5 chips in training Apple Foundation models, AFMs, which include the AFM server and AFM on-device models. The AFM server, Apple's largest language model with 6.4 billion parameters, was trained using 8,192 TPU v4 chips, while the smaller AFM on-device model with 3 billion parameters utilized 2,048 TPU v5p chips. The training process involved a three-stage approach and processed a total of 7.4 trillion tokens. Apple's training data was sourced from various platforms, including its Applebot web crawler and licensed datasets, which included code and math data to enhance model capabilities. Benchmark results indicate that both models excel in areas like instruction following, tool use, and writing, positioning Apple competitively in the AI landscape. Despite entering the AI race later than some competitors, Apple's extensive user base and device compatibility could significantly impact user interactions with technology. Interestingly, Apple has adopted a more transparent approach in this AI initiative, contrasting with its traditionally secretive nature. This shift may reflect the broader changes in the tech industry driven by the AI boom. Apple has released the developer beta for iOS 18.1, iPadOS 18.1, and macOS Sequoia 15.1, introducing the first set of AI features branded as Apple Intelligence. Key updates include an enhanced Siri that can maintain context across multiple requests, smart reply and email summaries in Mail, and natural language search capabilities in Photos. Users will need an iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max, or an Apple Silicon-equipped iPad or Mac to install the beta. After installation, users must join a waitlist to access the new features. Alongside the developer beta, Apple also launched a second public beta for iOS 18, which includes features like RCS support on more carriers and new CarPlay wallpapers. The AI features were first announced at Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference in June, with the public beta for iOS 18 released on July 15th. This early release of the 18.1 beta is unusual for Apple, as it typically waits until after the public launch of the initial version. By testing these AI updates now, Apple aims to identify and fix bugs before the official rollout, which coincides with the anticipated launch of the iPhone 16 this fall. Apple's Vision Pro headset has achieved a significant milestone by enabling control through a brain-computer interface, BCI, developed by Synchron. This advancement was demonstrated by a 64-year-old ALS patient named Mark, who successfully used the technology to play games, watch Apple TV, and send messages without any physical movement. The BCI, implanted in Mark's brain, detects motor intent and wirelessly transmits signals to the Vision Pro, allowing for hands-free operation. This integration addresses the limitations faced by users with severe physical disabilities, as the Vision Pro typically relies on hand gestures for navigation. Mark has been training with the BCI since its implantation in August 2023, practicing twice a week to enhance his skills. Synchron's CEO, Tom Oxley, emphasized the importance of this technology in reconnecting individuals with disabilities to modern consumer technology. The BCI is designed to replace the need for touch or speech in human-computer interactions, catering to millions of people with paralysis. Synchron is currently preparing for larger clinical studies and has implanted its BCI in 10 patients across the US and Australia, while seeking FDA approval for commercialization. This development marks a significant step forward in accessibility technology, showcasing the potential for BCIs to improve the quality of life for individuals with mobility challenges. The latest episode of the podcast 20,000 Hertz explores the sound design behind Apple's most iconic audio cues, including the well-known tritone alert. The episode features insights from members of Apple's design team, including Billy Sorrentino, Hugo Verwey, and Kelly Jacklin, who discuss their collaborative approach to sound design, emphasizing that sound is integral to the user experience from the very beginning of product development. The team draws inspiration from various sources, including traditional watchmaking for the Apple Watch sounds, and aims to create sounds that feel organic and familiar rather than futuristic. Jacklin, who created the tritone sound, shares the story of its origin, which began as a side project in 1998 while he was working on an MP3 player software. The sound evolved through various iterations, eventually becoming a default notification tone on the iPhone. The episode also highlights the importance of balancing audibility and pleasantness in notification sounds, as demonstrated by the design of the new rebound alert tone introduced in iOS 17. The podcast emphasizes how these sounds have become part of the cultural lexicon, often recognized in media as shorthand for texting. The episode concludes by hinting at more stories from Apple's sound design legacy in future installments. Apple Watch users can track their sleep stages using the Sleep app, available on Series 3 and later models. Initially, the app could only determine if a user was asleep or awake, but an update in 2022 expanded its capabilities to identify 4 sleep states: awake, deep sleep, core sleep, and REM sleep. The development of this feature involved creating a sleep staging classifier algorithm based on accelerometer signals from the watch, which captures both large and subtle body movements, including those from breathing. The algorithm was trained and validated using a diverse population and a combination of in-lab and at-home polysomnography (PSG) recordings. The study included 1,171 nights of sleep data from 858 participants for algorithm design and an additional 299 nights from 166 participants for validation. The algorithm demonstrated high sensitivity, 97.9%, and specificity, 75.0%, in classifying sleep states, with the most common misclassification being deep sleep, labeled as core sleep. The performance of the algorithm was also assessed in a clinical population, showing slightly lower sensitivity and specificity compared to the general population. The findings emphasize the importance of sleep tracking for understanding personal sleep patterns and the factors influencing sleep quality. Apple Watch's sleep tracking capabilities provide users with valuable insights into their sleep stages, contributing to overall health and wellness. The document highlights the potential of wearable technology in enhancing sleep health monitoring and bridging gaps between research and real-world applications. Tickr is a countdown app designed to help users keep track of important events and deadlines in a fun and organized way. The app is free to use with essential features and offers a pro upgrade for advanced functionalities. Users can create custom countdowns for various events, personalize them with emojis and colors, and track multiple events simultaneously. Tickr also includes widget support for quick updates and reminders for approaching deadlines, all without any ads. The latest update, version 1.2, introduces recurring notifications for repeating events, enhanced widget customization options, and an improved user interface with smoother animations. The app is compatible with iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, and Mac, requiring iOS 13.4 or later. Privacy practices indicate that while some data may be collected, it is not linked to user identities. Tickr is developed by Synchron and is available for free, with an optional Pro version priced at $2.99. The app aims to keep users excited and organized as they count down to significant moments in their lives. The article discusses best practices for prompting users to select files or folders in AppleScript and JavaScript, emphasizing the importance of avoiding hard-coded paths in scripts. It introduces the Choose File command from the Standard Edition's Scripting Edition, which allows users to select a file with a custom prompt. Examples in both AppleScript and JavaScript demonstrate how to implement this feature, including specifying file types using the of-type parameter for more targeted selections. The article also covers how to allow multiple file selections by using the Multiple Selections Allowed parameter, providing code snippets for both languages. Additionally, it explains how to prompt users for folder selections using the Choose Folder command, with similar examples for both AppleScript and JavaScript. The option for selecting multiple folders is also included, showcasing how to implement this functionality in scripts. Overall, the article serves as a guide for developers looking to create dynamic scripts that enhance user interaction by allowing file and folder selection through prompts. PicInsight is a versatile app designed for iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Vision Pro users, allowing them to enhance their photos by adding custom text, icons, and images. The app offers a user-friendly interface that supports multiple fonts and high-resolution exports, making it easy to create professional-looking designs. Users can personalize their photos for various purposes, including social media posts, travel postcards, holiday greetings, marketing materials, event invitations, and more. PicInsight is compatible across devices, enabling seamless transitions between iPhone and iPad. It caters to a wide range of creative projects, from family memories and educational materials to business branding and fundraising campaigns. The app is free to download and requires iOS 14.0 or later for iPhones and iPads, macOS 11.0 or later for Macs, and visionOS 1.0 or later for Apple Vision. The developer, Huijang He, emphasizes user privacy, stating that while some usage data may be collected, it is not linked to individual identities. Users can access support and feedback options through the app, ensuring a responsive customer service experience. Overall, PicInsight is positioned as a go-to tool for anyone looking to add a personal touch to their photos and create visually stunning designs. That's all for today's episode of the Apple Daily News. We hope you found these updates as fascinating as we did. Don't forget to check the episode notes for links to all the stories we covered. Join us again tomorrow for more news and insights from the world of Apple technology. Stay tuned and stay informed.